There's a lot of abuse in this movie. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first off, this movie has a bleak, faded color scheme. I think it's because Harry is a teenager and is dealing with lots of dark stuff in this movie, kind of like the last one and the one before that. Huh. Remember when the first movie was colorful? Not saying this one is bad, it's just less fun, and I don't think these movies are made for kids anymore. So Harry has been through some things. He's been in some fights, and he's not a kid anymore. He's a teenager. So when Dudley and his cronies are trying to bully Harry, but Dementors attack them, Harry uses a Patronus to get rid of them, but the government can tell that he did unauthorized magic off school grounds, so Harry gets kicked out of Hogwarts. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Harry use magic without permission in the third movie to attack a muggle? Fudge didn't care then, and he's the prime minister, so like the boss of England. And in this one, Harry used magic without permission but to save a muggle, even though that muggle is a real dirtbag. I guess this shows us that Fudge is an idiot who makes wrong decisions all the time. Anyway, Harry gets picked up by the Order of the Phoenix, a secret organization of good guys led by Dumbledore. Some of those people have interesting names like Kingsley Shackleton, Nymphadora Tonks, Mad-Eye Moody, the real one this time, and Sirius Black. Hey, we know that guy. He's Harry's godfather from the earlier movies. Sirius mentions that Voldemort, aka Valdi the Baldy, is looking for some kind of magic thing. Harry thinks it's a weapon. So they get Harry back into Hogwarts, and he goes there and meets this weird girl named Luna Lovegood, who can also see these creepy looking horse dudes with wings called Thestrals. Apparently you can only see those if you've seen somebody die. After that, Harry finds out the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is this lady named Dolores Umbridge. She's short and has only pink clothes and has like 18 million cat photos. Also, she was given the job by Fudge, not Dumbledore. Uh-oh, what is up with this Defense Against the Dark Arts job? I feel like there's a hex on it, or a curse or something. Quirrell was evil, Lockhart was a fake, Lupin was cool but a dangerous werewolf, Moody was a bad guy in disguise, and this Umbridge lady seems a little crazy. Hogwarts really needs a review of its hiring practices. So Umbridge is a bad teacher, like really bad. Her whole job is defense against the dark arts, and she refuses to teach the kids any defensive spells. This is because Harry has been going around saying that Valdi the Baldy is back, and Dumbledore has been saying that too since he believes Harry Potter, but Fudge is saying they're both liars, and I guess this Umbridge lady believes Fudge. I guess Fudge just doesn't want to believe that Valdi the Baldy is going to give him a hard time, since that would be a really big problem, and Fudge is the type of guy who wants to be in charge without dealing with really big problems. Well, tough luck, pal. Valdi is back, and he's a baldy, and he doesn't even have a nose! Harry is frustrated that Umbridge is not teaching him and the other kids any defensive spells, since he's like, wait, that's the whole point of the class, and also they need defensive skills now more than ever. I think this is pretty reasonable, honestly. What's wrong with learning defensive spells? It's not like Umbridge will be teaching the kids how to attack people. The government teacher not teaching the kids defense when it's in the curriculum seems almost like the government wants the kids to get their butts kicked by Valdi the Baldy and his goons. So Harry puts up a fuss, and Umbridge gets all mad that he's talking about Valdi the Baldy, and she says, Valdi the Baldy is dead as a doornail, and Harry says, no, you're an idiot, and Umbridge says, well, I'm the teacher, and you're not, so I'm going to bring you into my office and make you hurt yourself as punishment by writing, I must not tell lies 1 billion times with the quill that carves the line into your hand as you write. What? Seriously? What the heck is going on in this school? Shouldn't Umbridge go straight to Azkaban for that and have a Dementor suck the life out of her face or whatever? Ooh, this movie is making me mad, you guys. Also, since Umbridge works for Fudge and not Dumbledore, she can't be fired. So she starts making all these dumb new rules to control everybody all the time. Harry realizes that he's not getting anywhere with Umbridge, and he feels that he and the other kids need defense lessons. So he, Hermione, and Ron form a secret club called Dumbledore's Army, where kids who want to learn can practice and learn stuff. They meet in this secret place called the Room of Requirement that can only be accessed by magic. I think this is pretty cool. In the before movies, Harry is just a kid who is thrown into a situation and reacts to it to prevent bad stuff from happening. Whereas in this one, Harry is showing some leadership and standing up to the bully teacher. And when you think about it, he's standing up to the bully boss of England too. Harry is being brave and proactive. Umbridge suspects that something is going on and she recruits Malfoy and his Slytherin goons to be like her student cops or whatever. Okay, so Umbridge is just working with the bad guys now. Also, remember how Harry had a crush on that girl Cho Chang that was dating Cedric Diggory in the last movie? Well, she starts to like Harry since he's being all cool leader and stuff, and they smooch. Things get even more interesting when Harry has a vision of Arthur Weasley, Ron's dad, being attacked at the Ministry of Magic. Dumbledore gets worried that Valdi the Baldy can use this against Harry, so he convinces Snape to teach Harry private lessons of something called occlumency. It's basically protecting your mind from somebody else, since Harry has this weird mind connection with Valdi the Baldy. Harry is kind of struggling with this, and he's not super good at it. During one of the lessons, Harry accidentally sees into Snape's mind and sees a memory of how his father, James Potter, bullied Snape when they were both at Hogwarts. This is uncomfortable for Harry since he thought his parents were awesome, but it turns out they made mistakes too. Snape gets really mad about this, of course. Then there are some problems. Bellatrix Lestrange and a bunch of other Death Eaters escape from Azkaban, and Umbridge finds out about Dumbledore's army. Harry's club gets busted, and since it's named after Dumbledore, Umbridge storms into the man's office with Fudge. Dumbledore makes a dramatic exit, and it turns out Cho Chang was the rat. I guess she got pressured by Umbridge or Malfoy's Slytherin goons, and she couldn't handle the pressure. Dang, it could have been a lot worse for her though. Cho Chang is lucky that Harry is a Gryffindor and not a Slytherin. Harry just breaks up with her. I got a feeling that if Cho Chang had betrayed a Slytherin, then she might have learned the hard way that, according to some people, snitches get stitches. Harry gets a vision that Valdi the Baldy is torturing Sirius Black. So Harry, Ron, and Hermione sneak into Umbridge's office to send a message to the Order of the Phoenix from there. Umbridge catches them, but Harry thinks quickly on his feet and makes up a bogus story about Dumbledore hiding a magic weapon in the Forbidden Forest. Umbridge actually believes this since she's crazy and thinks Dumbledore is actually trying to start a rebellion against the Ministry of Magic using a bunch of kids as his soldiers. What a dummy. Anybody who thought about that for like 5 seconds would realize that an army of kids who don't even know all the spells would have no shot against the government, and Dumbledore has like a zillion character references to prove he doesn't want to fight Fudge or anything. So Umbridge is a crazy dummy. Here's the thing though, being a crazy dummy is okay by itself, since everyone gets to have their opinion, but using your crazy dummy opinion as an excuse to act like an evil dictator and basically hijack a school and abuse kids is not okay, and anyone who does that deserves to get got. I know it's bad form to celebrate other people's suffering and all, but it's a little satisfying when Umbridge gets tricked into making a bunch of centaurs mad and they take her away. It's also a little scary though. I don't want to know what they're doing to her in there. Once that's done, Harry and his friends fly to the Ministry of Magic on Thestrals. Ron, Hermione, Ron's sister Ginny, she's the girl from the second movie who was brought in the Chamber of Secrets, remember her? Luna Lovegood, and also their clumsy, uncool, but nice guy friend Neville. Turns out Neville has a beef with Bellatrix Lestrange since she killed his parents, so Harry and friends thought it was only fair if he comes along too. So Harry and friends sneak into the Ministry of Magic and find this prophecy thing that Valdi the Baldy has been looking for, but then Bellatrix Lestrange and a bunch of other Death Eaters show up. Lucius Malfoy is their leader, and he says, "Ha ha, Harry is a dummy. The vision he had of Sirius Black being tortured was a fake vision given by Valdi the Baldy to trick him and his friends into going there, since apparently it had to be Harry who grabbed the prophecy thing first." The Death Eaters attack Harry and friends, but the Order of the Phoenix shows up and it's crazy time. There's a big magic battle, and the prophecy accidentally gets dropped and destroyed, but something really sad happens. Sirius Black defeats Lucius Malfoy in the magic fight, but Bellatrix Lestrange kills him. No! Then it's time for the final boss battle. Valdi the Baldy shows up. Uh-oh. But Dumbledore shows up too. Here we go. This is like the ultimate fight. So everybody else gets out of the way as the school principal fights the Snake Man without a nose in a big-time magic duel. They're basically equal in power level, so Voldemort does a sneaky trick and possesses Harry's body. But Harry projects his love for his parents as a way to fight off Valdi's evilness. The fight is so big and loud and in public that government people see it before Voldy teleports out of there, so they have no choice but to say yes, Harry Potter and Dumbledore were right the whole time, and we've been a bunch of dummies, and Fudge is the biggest dumb idiot of them all, so he resigns, and I guess somebody else has to be the boss of England now. Also, Umbridge gets fired. Haha. Dumbledore becomes principal of Hogwarts again, and everything's back to normal. Harry is really sad that Sirius died, but he and his friends are determined to learn more and stand up to Voldy the Baldy and kick his snake butt. For good. This movie is not for kids at all because it's way too dark for them. However, it's got some really good messages about how some grown-ups are good, some grown-ups are bad, and some grown-ups get carried away and do bad stuff because they're scared of making mistakes. So it's important for people to do the right thing even if it's hard and the people in charge might punish you for it. Even if a teacher or a government person tries to keep you down, somebody's got to tell the truth and encourage other people to learn things and take care of themselves. Harry Potter may just be a teenager, but he leads by example, so the good guys make some progress. So this movie is good for teenagers.